Beowulf, Part 33. Vomiting fire and smoke, the dragon burned down their homes. They watched in horror as the flames rose up. The angry monster meant to leave nothing alive. And the signs of its anger flickered and glowed in the darkness, visible for miles. Tokens of its hate and its cruelty spread like a warning to the Geats who had broken its rest. Then it hurried back to its tower, to its hidden treasure, before dawn could come. It had wrapped its flame around the Geats. Now it trusted in stone walls and its strength to protect it. But they would not. Then they came to Beowulf, their king, and announced that his hall, his throne, the best of buildings, had melted away in the dragon's burning breath. Their words brought misery. Beowulf's sorrow beat at his heart. He accused himself of breaking God's law, of bringing the Almighty's anger down on his people. Reproach pounded in his breast, gloomy and dark, and the world seemed a different place. But the hall was gone. The dragon's molten breath had licked across it, burned it to ashes, near the shore it had guarded. The Geats deserved revenge. Beowulf, their leader and lord, began to plan it, ordered a battle shield shaped of iron, knowing that wood would be useless, that no linden shield could help him, protect him in the flaming heat of the beast's breath. That noble prince would end his days on earth, soon would leave this brief life, but would take the dragon with him, tear it from the heaped-up treasure it had guarded so long. And he'd go to it alone, scorning to lead soldiers against such an enemy. He saw nothing to fear, thought nothing of the beast's claws or wings or flaming jaws. He had fought before against worse odds, had survived, been victorious in harsher battles, beginning in Heorot, Hrothgar's unlucky hall. He'd killed Grendel and his mother, swept that murdering tribe away. And he'd fought in Hygelac's war with the Frisians, fought at his lord's side till a sword reached out and drank Hygelac's blood, till a blade swung in the rush of battle killed the Geats' great king. Then Beowulf escaped, broke through Frisian shields, and swam to freedom, saving 30 sets of armor from the scavenging Franks, river people who robbed the dead as they floated by. Beowulf offered them only his sword, ended so many jackal lives that the few who were able skulked silently home, glad to leave him. So Beowulf swam sadly back to Geatland, almost the only survivor of a foolish war. Hygelac's widow brought him the crown, offered him the kingdom, not trusting Heardred, her son in Hygelac's, to beat off foreign invaders. But Beowulf refused to rule when his lord's own son was alive and the leaderless Geats could choose a rightful king. He gave Heardred all his support, offering an open heart where Hygelac's young son could see wisdom he still lacked himself. Warmth and goodwill were what Beowulf brought his new king. But Swedish exiles came seeking protection. They were rebels against Onela, Healfdena's son-in-law, and the best ring-giver his people had ever known. And Onela came too, a mighty king, marched on Geatland with a huge army. Heardred had given his word, and now he gave his life, shielding the Swedish strangers. Onela wanted nothing more. When Heardred had fallen, that famous warrior went back to Sweden. Let Beowulf rule.